it's super fun for me because it's also something I feel like, not, wasn't introduced. It's kind of like the two worlds never talk, but
Ah,
and then
I'm losing
leather, they're
you.
kind of two different things. And I just love
Uh-huh.
like lowering that seam weight. So
Mm.
I'm going to turn on my fun machine.
Okay. Whoa.
So basically,
Mm-hmm.
here's the foam. It's
Yeah.
glued to the fabric.
Yeah. And the skiver right there. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow.
And you can
That's
do it
amazing.
all
Uh-huh.
the way off, like
Uh-huh.
right back down to the fabric, so it wants to bend and
Yep.
fold the
Yep.
same way that,
You would with
uh,
the leather. Yeah.
yeah. So then that way it has a beautiful shoulder, and then I don't
Uh-huh.
like worry about gluing the foam right in the middle or
Right.
anything. I can, and it also lends itself to working with my auto cutter because then I can do
Mm.
everything, and then I
Yeah.
glue everything together. I can
Yeah.
just cut it and then skive the edges away at the exact
That's
same way I would
great.
leather.
That's
So
great. And
yeah,
question, this proportion of the bag was kind of long.
yeah.
How does it look on your like back? Is it a
Nice.
backpack?
I could try to fit it on. I
Thank
like it
you.
a little bit long, and as a roll top, it's a lot fun. And then that's just one profile. I'm getting stuck on this roll top, and I
What
sometimes want
what do you mean? What do you mean
what
you're stuck on it? Meaning like you love
I
it or you,
love it, and I like it's one of those things where like I'm trying. It's like fetch. I'm trying to make it work, but I don't know if it is. So,
mm,
but it's a lot of fun. Let me see if I can put this on here.
okay.
Oh, balance
Yeah.
the phone. Balance the phone.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
it's pretty narrow. So
yeah, it's a little roll top kind of.
oh, okay. Oh, so you're meant to wear it diagonally. Not it's not like a backpack. Okay.
And get into the front zipper here.
Yeah.
Little zipper window, and
Yeah.
then this rear zipper is a little
Yeah.
more discreet, so that's a
Mm.
little more protected to the inside, and then you can
Yeah.
also get in from right here.
Yeah.
And then I
Very
have
cool.
my Daylight Factory branding,
Oh,
which
nice, nice.
also,
Which also, ooh.
so this is
Oh,
my
okay.
little Velcro. It's kind of military inspired. So speaking of which, I do, I like military profiles, and then that backpack that you featured today, this
Uh-huh.
salt and pepper bag. So
Yeah.
this one fabric that I love is made
Uh-huh.
by Haley Stevenson. Do you guys know them?
No?
They're a mill out of Scotland,
Okay.
and they make a repop of this famous fabric. So this is the inspiration
Ooh.
piece, and I
Okay.
bought this small bag at the Brooklyn Flea. Um,
Oh, okay.
so it's this material that they had in Switzerland during World War II that is
Uh-huh.
made with nettles. So they were running out of cotton.
Mm.
So it was
Mm.
a source, issue. So they
Yeah.
mixed with this, and then my wife just got me this original copy for my birthday this year, and then this
Wow, very
is my
cool.
version of it that's sort of an homage.
Uh-huh.
Back. So this is the OG,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's the new one that you showed. But there's
Yeah.
a mill in Scotland called Haley Stevenson, and they remade the fabric. And I got my hands on a
Wow.
few yards, and I'll probably
Wow.
just got the hardware to remake this one for fun. You know,
Wow, that's great.
just these
Uh-huh.
sort of iconic military profiles,
Yeah.
which if you go back far enough too, if you look at men's jackets and
Yeah.
yada yada yada, you know, eventually you realize a lot of that stuff is from
Yeah.
there. So
So
those are
are you gonna be working on your own line of bags for your factory, or are you going to take on some outside indie workers like designers work as well?
I do a lot of B2B. So I probably have about
Okay.
6 uh, clients full time right now. I do small projects too. I mean, I'm basing my business right now as B2B, and I have design and pattern work. So I do design, I draw, I work in Illustrator and
Mm-hmm.
Photoshop, and I'll do
Mm-hmm.
tech packs and everything that you
Mm,
need in that
mm.
end. Then I'll also do I digitally pattern make, I hand pattern make.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Um,
Great.
and then I can do that step as well. I've been doing
Right.
coursing. That's something that I'm trying to work and grow on. A lot
Mm.
of that, I'm working on with other clients. And then I'll also, of course, make the samples. And then I am leaning in towards making, small runs of things as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
um, my goal is to also have my own brand, but I also do want to do business to business, and that's sort of the
Right.
fundamental crux of what I want to do. And then my own profiles I will build upon, hopefully build upon the network that I'm helping develop here.
Mm-hmm.
I've just hired one of my first former CCS students to come work with me,
Oh,
and
that's great.
yeah, that's exciting. So they all just graduated, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm working over at Isaac, and I snapped up one of the kids that I guess like the most, and
Yeah.
and yeah, and he's also very very qualified too, because I mean
Uh-huh.
I hate to say it, but I just spent the last 4 years training him, and he knows how to use all the
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
He knows your methods. Yeah. Aki asks who?
I'm working with Evan, so Evan Sparrow, who big ups to Evan. So he's gonna help me out part time for the next little while while we're doing
Great.
some projects. But yeah, I have
Great.
so that's kind of fun, and I'm excited
That
about that.
is great. I actually, yeah, I didn't think about how you like, yeah. I actually have somebody that I need to I think I'm gonna pass you on not pass you on, pass on somebody to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, because bags are not my forte. So,
shoes are not my,
yeah.
so I'll people you.
There's a lot of shoemakers in New York, not New York, US, so
Yeah,
um so how long total have you been making bags for? It's like it's been
it's been
over.
full time for 6 years.
Mhm.
Before that, I had a small, my own small run, so maybe a couple of years. So I'd say 7 years.
Yeah.
Why
You're
not?
an educator. You like teaching? Do you get inspired by like the energy or
Yeah. Well, I'm a hard extrovert, so I can teach, talk, and move around all day, and then come home and do it all over. I
and
mean,
keep on working?
yeah, I could teach all day and then host a dinner party and then go work for, and
Oh my goodness.
it's yeah, it's I don't know if I'm a vampire, but I definitely get energy from social interactions. I hope that I give as much back out as I give. I'm sure that's up for debate, but no. And so I like teaching, and I've taught in some way or another all of my life. My father was a scouter. I spent a lot of time working with the young, youth organizations like Boy Scouts. Actually, before I worked at Chino, like I said, I ran a bike shop, but it was an NPO. It was a nonprofit bike shop, and we had youth mechanics classes, and we would train kids
Yeah.
to be mechanics,
Hmm.
and then employ them in the shop. I taught wheel building class. I could build my own bicycle
Hmm.
wheels. I taught
Wow.
how to do that.
That's
Um,
exciting.
yeah, Don knows I'm an energy vampire, but I've actually been watching that. I won't get off on that, but there's a funny video.
Okay.
No, I think it's What We Do in the Shadows. So watch that show. It's good. They have an
Okay.
in there. But so I've been teaching my whole life in some way or another, and I do enjoy teaching, and I don't intend to ever really give that up. Having uh, people around the school is fun, and it's really good. I
Hmm.
sometimes have to switch out of it a little bit when I'm doing consulting. It's hard too
Right.
when you get the teacher voice, but that's why I came into the program with Brooklyn Shoe Space last summer. That was
Hmm.
amazing and fun, and it's been
Hmm.
fun to teach. I've taught everybody from little kids all the way up through adults, and even at CCS, I'll sometimes teach continuing education classes.
Oh, that's great.
Or
Like evening classes? Hmm.
yeah, evening classes for adults. And
Hmm.
I'll teach a tote class or a backpack,
Hmm.
passenger
Hmm.
bag. Everybody comes in, and those classes are generally populated by people who are retired or getting towards that age. And then
Oh,
I've
that's
also taught high
great.
school classes. So we have. I said the first year it's been canceled. It would have been my fifth year
Right.
teaching continuing education. So we had high
Right.
school classes. We had uh, you know, we had to cancel. We were going to have other educators, high school teachers from the local areas who were going to come, and I was going to teach them a bag class with the hopes, of course, that they then go out and tell their students how wonderful it is at CCS. And
Yeah, yeah, that too. But also, like, I think it's your excitement that, like, you generally teach them how exciting it is
it's
to
yeah,
make. And
yeah.
then I think it's contagious. Your excitement is contagious. So it's really nice
Well, I
to
appreciate
see.
that. I
And please pass on how the mechanic part of you too, because machines, it's not for everybody, So if
yeah,
you can teach that to your guy as well who's coming to work with you,
yeah.
yeah, that would
Well,
be amazing.
it's to a certain degree out of necessity. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, true.
yeah. I mean, at some point, I've hired someone to do everything I've ever done, and half the time I just watch them and then figure out how to do it because I don't always have the money to hire someone to come
Yeah,
and fix something
yeah,
for you. So, I mean,
yeah,
I'm quite sure you know about that as well.
yeah, yeah. You just have to learn your machines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.